Breaking right now, a big win for Democrats as the Wisconsin Supreme Court rules the state's legislative maps must be redrawn. Also, apartments built to house people experiencing homelessness will soon be sold. Residents there are now scrambling to secure housing elsewhere. And President Biden ramps up the pressure on Mexico's president to help with the migrant crisis at the southern border. You're watching News 3 now at 5. Breaking news in the last 2 hours, the Wisconsin State Supreme Court has voted to overturn the Republican-drawn legislative maps. New ones must be drawn. That's a decision Democrats see as a major win. News 3 Now political reporter Will Keneally breaks down the court's ruling today. Will?
Well, Eric, this has been a result Democrats have been eyeing for more than a decade now. Many argued that these maps have favored Republicans since the early 2010s. And literally within a day of the state Supreme Court getting a liberal majority this year, liberal groups filed this lawsuit to throw out the state maps. Now, any changes to how these districts are likely drawn will dilute Republican power in the state legislature. Now, I want to show you this here. This is a map from Racine County. And if we take a look here, this is the city of Racine. This is also a piece of the city of Racine, all in the same legislative district. It's an island that kind of hops outside the city. Now, the court ruled today that this is unconstitutional. And this sets up a possible showdown for the election next fall.
And so there is a likelihood that if the court does end up now drawing new maps, that those maps are going to be more competitive. And it will mean that there is a real fight for control of the legislature.
Yeah, so where do we go from here? The legislature will get another chance to draw new maps without those islands that I mentioned before. But this needs to happen fast. Candidates start running for office in just 4 months here. If we don't get these new maps in place quickly, the court says that it will create its own series of maps.
All right, Will, thank you for that explanation. With some rain today, it'll carry us on into the holiday weekend. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the patio tonight. Gary?
Yeah, and some fog and drizzle also a possibility. I think Rudolph may be necessary for Santa this year because it'll be mild and wet, and also there could be some fog as well for Christmas. But as we look at visible cloud track, not a lot of sunshine out there today across our part of the Midwest, just socked underneath the clouds. Some light rain across southeastern Wisconsin, south and east of Madison, north of Madison. Precipitation's been a little more spotty, mainly some drizzle and some very light showers. 6-hour future track radar shows most of the showers moving off to the east over the next 6 hours. Visibilities could come into play with fog developing. In fact, already down to a quarter-mile visibility in Monroe, but most of the major reporting stations seeing visibilities between about 5 and 10 miles. Low temperatures this morning, very mild here in Madison, dropping only to 38, 39 the low temperature in Janesville. And current temperatures are in the lower to middle 40s, and these temperatures will be even warmer over the next couple of days. Here in Dane County right now, 44 in Cross Plains, 42 in Deerfield, and 42 the current temperature in Belleville. Look for temperatures to stay nearly steady in the lower 40s. The showers come to an end this evening, and some fog starts to form along with some drizzle. Later on, I'll take a look at our Christmas forecast, and here's a hint. It's not going to be a white Christmas this year.
All right, Gary, thank you. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says 2 children have died from RSV, the first child deaths from the virus this respiratory illness season. One of the children was from the southeastern part of the state, the other from the northeastern part of the state. Respiratory illnesses are on the rise statewide. Vaccines are a safe and effective way to protect yourself and loved ones from RSV and other illnesses like flu and COVID-19. Overnight, a bowling alley on Madison's east side was broken into. Police officers responded to an alarm at Dream Lanes on Atlas Court, just north of Cottage Grove Road. There, they found broken doors to the building. A canine unit was brought in, but no suspects were located. The owner of Dream Lanes does not believe anything was taken from inside. The holidays are a time to celebrate with family and friends, but if you're planning to drive, it is, of course, important to not overindulge on any adult beverages. Madison Police and the Dane County Sheriff's Office are taking part in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Both agencies have been conducting extra patrols with an emphasis on decreasing impaired driving and educating people about the dangers of driving drunk. 2 Madison apartment complexes built to house people and families experiencing homelessness will be closed and sold as early as next year, leaving residents scrambling to find a new place to live. Braden Ross spoke to one of them today about the news they say is just another failure of the system.
The Tree Lane Apartments here on Madison's west side were an experiment in housing first philosophy. Now, 5 years later, they're on their way to closing their doors, leaving the families they hope to help to find somewhere else to go. Residents at both the Tree Lane Apartments and the Refke Terrace Apartments on Madison's east side learned this week they'll have to move out sometime in the next few months.
Everybody in this building is crying, baby. They have nowhere to go. Even the kids are crying.
While the city of Madison encouraged the projects at the outset, they do not own or operate either of the buildings. Both complexes were declared public nuisances by the city due to high levels of violence, issues the city attributes mainly to the building's management. They say the problems have been getting better since management changed hands in June, but now the owners are looking to sell. Representatives with the city of Madison tell me they hope to work with whoever ends up buying these buildings to keep a focus on affordable housing. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
The Porchlight Men's temporary shelter on Madison's east side has seen a surge of shelter guests this season. Porchlight says it's seeing almost a twofold increase in the number of people that it once served at its former location at Grace Episcopal. The shelter was set up for about 200 people. Porchlight now seeing close to 300 people every night.
We haven't had the real harsh weather yet. That's typically when you see the numbers grow, and that's why it's a bit alarming to see them at the levels that they are.
Progress is being made on building a new permanent shelter. If the design plan is approved by the city, it could open by the end of 2025. New home sales plunged last month. That's according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the Census Bureau. Their joint report shows sales of newly constructed homes dropped more than 12% to 590,000 nationwide in November. That's up just 1.4% from a year ago. As for sales of existing homes, they are on pace to be among the lowest levels in 30 years. Nike tightening its belt. The athletic wear company announced it is looking for as much as $2 billion in cost savings over the next 3 years. That's going to include some layoffs. The company blamed more cautious consumer behavior, but that's not happening across the board. People are spending less money on things like expensive sneakers while dropping more cash on experiences like travel. Nike has a global portfolio and says sales are softening in China, Europe, and the Middle East, along with Africa, where economies are struggling more. Florida State University filing a lawsuit against its sports conference, the Atlantic Coast Conference. It accuses the ACC of mismanaging lucrative media deals with ESPN. Florida State also blames the conference for the Seminoles not making it into the college football playoffs, despite winning their conference and going undefeated. The university wants the court to wipe out more than $500 million worth of penalties it would face if it withdrew from the conference. ACC officials say the lawsuit is a violation of Florida State's legal commitments to the conference. A surge of migrants at the U.S. southern border is overwhelming U.S. border control. Thousands now being processed each day. This says border security remains a vulnerability for President Biden as he seeks re-election in 2024. Julia Benbrook explains what the Biden administration is doing to try to control the recent migrant surge.
President Joe Biden is ramping up pressure on Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, urging him to help with the migrant crisis at the southern border. The two leaders spoke on the phone this week.
I had a chance to talk about ongoing efforts to manage the unprecedented migratory flows in the Western Hemisphere.
Over recent days, close to 10,000 migrants have crossed the U.S.-Mexico border daily. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby says this recent surge has strained federal resources and led to port closures.
The two leaders agreed that additional enforcement actions are urgently needed so that key ports of entry can be reopened across our shared border.
Border security remains a vulnerable area for Biden as he seeks re-election in 2024. Polls show that former President Donald Trump is far more trusted than Biden when it comes to immigration and border security. And among immigrant voters, Trump and Biden tied in a hypothetical matchup. Now, this polling came out prior to Biden's latest actions and before Trump made recent chilling comments about undocumented immigrants on the campaign trail.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done.
The Biden campaign said Trump's anti-immigration comments, quote, parroted Adolf Hitler. And some of Trump's Republican rivals have worked to distance themselves from what Trump said while calling on Biden to do more at the border. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Golden Globe winner and Oscar nominee Taraji P. Henson is breaking her silence over life as an actress. During an interview with Gayle King, she broke down while explaining why she considered quitting, saying she's tired of not being paid fairly.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'.
Henson has been in the spotlight promoting the film version of the musical The Color Purple, in which she stars as Shug Avery. Another Hollywood actress, Yvette Nicole Brown, backed up Henson's claim, saying no black actresses are being paid what they're worth.
And the tears that she cried, they weren't just for her, because each of us that are further along in our careers, we're trying to leave the door open for every Black actress that's coming up behind us. And the fear that she had and the despair that she had was that she is not making enough to be able to tell them what they should be asking for. And she knows that if it's hard for her, it's even harder for them. So it just...
The Color Purple hits theaters on Christmas Day. Disney fans could soon see a slew of new products and movies, possibly at a lower price. That's because the earliest version of Mickey Mouse goes into the public domain January 1st. It's not the modern Mickey Mouse that people see these days, but rather the stick-legged mouse from Steamboat Willie. Minnie Mouse and other characters from the 1920s animation will go into the public domain as well. Disney is known for taking legal action to protect its brand, so experts predict it'll rein in what it can. But when Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain, the lovable bear became a horror movie villain. More local stories straight ahead at 5 this holiday travel season. It's expected to break records, but is that the case for us here in southern Wisconsin? We'll go to Dane County Regional Airport to hear from travelers ahead of their flights. And stocks come out mostly ahead before the Christmas break on Wall Street. The Dow ends a strong week with an 18-point drop. The Nasdaq, though, jumps 29. S&P 500 adds about 8. We'll be right back.
Celebrate home for the holidays with a better night's sleep at Ashley. Every day is a new deal. Save big on mattresses with discounts up to 83% off and get a free gift with your purchase. Only at Ashley.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to Overture March 19th through the 24th. Get tickets at overture.org.
At Lawton Cates, being prepared and confronting every aspect of your injury case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions has earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. Because at Lawton Cates, your life counts.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Our solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Celebrate home for the holidays at Ashley. Every day is a new deal. Save big on furniture and mattresses with discounts up to 83% off and get a free gift with your purchase. Only at Ashley.
This is morning in Wisconsin. And while you're getting started, we've been getting ready to show you what's happening on this new day. News 3 Now this morning is leading the way with local breaking news, showing you the places and meeting the people that make our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. Start your day with the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning, weekdays from 4:30 to 7. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, Christmas now just 3 days away. Nationwide, millions of travelers are taking to the skies to see loved ones for the holidays. This is a live look at Los Angeles International Airport. Always an adventure. Doesn't look too bad right now, but today is expected to be one of the busiest days of travel this week. If anyone's flying to see you, hopefully they weren't hit with any delays or cancellations. The latest numbers provided by FlightAware. So far today, there have been more than 3,800 delays, 78 cancellations for flights within, into, or out of the United States. Not too bad. Air travel is projected to be at an all-time high back here in Madison as well, with an extra long Christmas weekend. Our Maddie Heimsch visited the airport to see what holiday travel will look like this year and whether the national data about cheaper flights holds up here.
Well, data says ticket prices this year should be cheaper. Travelers I've talked to here at Dane County Regional Airport tell me a different story.
More expensive than I had planned or expected.
Getting my ticket, yes, it was expensive.
I'm used to it being high, but it was exceptional.
The American Automotive Association projects 7.5 million flyers this holiday season, an all-time high, inflating demand for tickets. I spoke with Michael Rickers, Director of Marketing and Communications at the Dane County Regional Airport, who said the airport is prepared for the increased volume.
In the month of December this year, we have more capacity than we have since the pandemic for travel.
He says the airport is just now returning to pre-pandemic levels, with Thanksgiving travel in November showing high turnout. I asked him how travel may be affected by Christmas Day landing on a Monday this year.
I think that helped alleviate sort of a crunch on the front end. You know, some people left Thursday, some Friday, Saturday, so that sort of drew it out.
But he warns flyers who are headed back home on Tuesday to get to their gate as early as possible.
What I would anticipate on the back end is a lot of people flying maybe on Tuesday to get back to work.
Rickers had one final piece of advice for holiday travelers.
When you're traveling with presents, please have them unwrapped. The TSA need to do their job. They need to screen everything going on and off the airplane, and you don't want to wrap a present twice.
In Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
As we head for the holiday weekend, a look at your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi. Gary?
Yeah, precipitation today is in a liquid form. Light rain moving through southeastern Wisconsin, some showers as far north as Madison, a couple of spotty showers north of here, and just some drizzle and fog across the rest of southern Wisconsin. A little wider radar perspective shows this batch of rain moving off to the east. These showers will continue moving eastward, and we're just going to be left with drizzle and fog overnight. That might be the bigger issue tonight, at least as far as travel is concerned. Dense fog advisories already in effect for much of Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. Pinpoint visibilities right now, you can see many locations seeing visibilities below 2 miles. Not so bad here in south central Wisconsin, but up to the north and west and even south of us, those visibilities are starting to drop, and that could impact conditions at some of the airports. Three things you need to know. Showers land this evening, and then we're just left with drizzle and fog overnight into tomorrow. Showers, chance on Christmas Eve afternoon, but better chances for Christmas Eve night into Christmas Day. And then unseasonably mild weather will continue through Christmas Day with high temperatures at or above 50 for tomorrow, as well as Christmas Eve when I'm looking for a high of 55. Midnight temperatures for those midnight services, 52 degrees, and a high of 52 on Christmas Day with near record temperatures. Will be breezy and unseasonably mild. As far as records are concerned, I'm looking for a low now of 46 on Christmas Eve. That would tie a record for the record warm low temperature, that high of 55, a little bit below the record high of 60. Christmas Day, again, the record high 56, so we're looking for a high of 52. 49, though, the overnight low temperature, and that could break a record for the warmest low temperature. Future track, as we had a look across the country, our little batch of rain moving out. Still have that southwestern storm and also some snow into the Pacific Northwest. But right now, we're watching the system to the south and west of us. As this moves northeastward, it'll be dry tomorrow, other than the drizzle and fog, but rain will start moving in here, especially by Christmas Eve afternoon into Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day. There'll be some snow on the back end. That'll be mainly across western Minnesota, far western Iowa, and into eastern Nebraska and South Dakota. A little closer to home, future track, the first batch of showers moves out. We're left with cloudy skies overnight, and then as we head into Christmas Eve, we'll see the next surge of moisture. Most of that rain out to the west of us, but we'll start to see more as we head into Christmas Day itself. Planning your night across southern Wisconsin. The showers pretty much out of the way by 9 p.m. By midnight, temperatures around 40, and those temperatures are going to stay pretty steady overnight. Upper 30s to around 40 degrees with drizzle and fog. Certainly temperatures above freezing. Planning your night across Dane County, low of 38 in Brooklyn. Fog and 41 in Verona and 40 in Windsor. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, fog, low of 41 in Prairie du Chien, 35 in Wautoma, and 39 in Fond du Lac. For tomorrow, cloudy skies, very mild, high of 50 with some fog and drizzle. Rainfall, including the rain for Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch over southern Wisconsin, maybe a little bit heavier, 1/4 to 1/2 inch closer to the Mississippi River. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast, unseasonably mild for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Tuesday, not quite as mild, but 45, still well above normal. Rain showers on Tuesday, could mix with a little snow Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Wednesday's high now in the upper 30s, but we'll still see temperatures at or above normal from Thursday through New Year's, with dry weather for that time period, so that's good news there. As far as first warn traffic is concerned, the Friday before a busy travel weekend, not looking too bad. Beltline looking pretty good, no problems there. They've had the flex lanes open all day. I-39, 90, 94 east side of Madison, no issues there. On the Beltline, about a 16 to 17 minute trip either way between University Avenue and I-39, 90. Inbound from Sun Prairie to downtown is a 17-minute commute today. Outbound, that same trip is 17 minutes. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City is 18 minutes today, and I-39, 90 from the Beltline to Janesville is 26 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Still ahead at 5. The holidays should be a happy time, but with the kids home from school, well-established routines, well, they can get out of hand in a hurry. Up next, some tips to help you stay sane through the holidays.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Menards is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one. It comes in a variety of colors and is washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. Just $19.97 after 12% off. Finish your renovations with DuraClean Kitchen and Bath Interior Paint. It protects your walls from frequent exposure to moisture. Get a gallon for $30.69 after 12% off.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It's that special time of the year. The kids are out of school. You're juggling all the things you normally do, but also adding on final holiday preparations and just keeping the kids occupied. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how the whole family can stay sane through winter break.
The classrooms are empty and your house may feel full.
So can you just eat that pancake that you have right now?
No. School break is here and sometimes it can bring an unwanted gift, stress.
That's normal because we've lost that thing that creates that sense of stability and comfort.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says stresses can happen anytime there's a shift in routine and you can feel both excited and overwhelmed at the same time. To stay sane over the holidays, Baumstein says to first keep practicing healthy habits, get good sleep, stay active and hydrated, and eat balanced meals and snacks.
All of a sudden, we're not eating well or not eating enough. Time has gone by and then we get kind of cranky.
Next, be consistent. It can help our mood and behavior. Try to eat meals and go to bed and wake at the same time.
Siblings might be clashing more and having more arguments. And so these things that we're doing to practice healthy habits, maintain certain routines, are actually really powerful in terms of preventing some of that stuff.
Finally, Baumstein says to find joy in embracing the time off. It's okay to slow down and spend time together, whether that's trying something new, doing things you love but haven't had time to do, or volunteering as a family.
It might be an opportunity for you to connect with your kids in a different way.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Baumstein says to also think about getting back on track after the holiday. She says going back to school can also cause stress on the kids, so make sure they don't wait until last minute to finish any schoolwork that may be due. Well, don't go anywhere. A final check on your First Warn holiday forecasts when Gary comes back.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit PowerSwabs.com today.
Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables, February 14th through 18th at Overture Center. Tickets available at overture.org today.
Didn't get a good night's sleep last night? Maybe it's time for a new beauty rest from Steinhoffels. A good night's sleep makes for a better day. Get a Beauty Rest mattress for just $449 or upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black for only $57 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month financing and get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Steinhoffels, your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
On this Friday night, we go on the road with a story about the gift of compassion.
how a man rallied strangers to brighten his neighbor's Christmas. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has spotted a well-defined spiral galaxy. This is about 275 million light years from Earth. Check out this beautiful recent Hubble image of it. Now, in the middle is the glowing energetic core. It's called an active galactic nucleus. It has two well-defined arms that spiral away from that core, and it also has what's known as a forbidden light that shines towards Earth. Scientists call it forbidden because they say it defies the rules of quantum physics.
I thought you weren't supposed to look at it.
Pretty remarkable. No, don't look directly into it. No, that's the eclipse. You're a scientist, right? You're predicting a very unusual Christmas holiday forecast.
Yeah.
No snow. It's going to be like warm.
I think Santa may need Rudolph because we're dealing with some fog already. And with the mild temperatures and more rain, probably see more fog. You can see a little bit in the lights of the Capitol on the Edgewater Skycam. Most of the rain is south and east of Madison. That should be winding down this evening according to 6-hour future track radar. So still a little bit of a drizzle and some fog overnight. Fog right now reducing visibility down to about a half mile in Monroe, a mile and a half in Janesville. A little better situation in the fog north of Madison. Temperature is very mild, 42 in Madison, 43 in Janesville. Here in Dane County, everybody above 40 degrees, including 43 in Cross Plains, 43 in Wanakee.
All right, Charlotte joins us in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.